Hello, welcome to the Artistic Mystic and Muse channel. I'm Nancy, your mystical muse. This reading is for the week of May 30th to June 5th. So it kind of pulls us into not quite the first full week of June, but that's what it's covering. So for those of you who are returning subscribers, great to see you. For you new people, welcome. Be sure you hit like, share, but most of all subscribe, and make sure you're getting the notifications because I'm starting to roll out more readings weekly and then twice a month, usually around the full moon and the new moon, to see what kind of energies we have. We have a Facebook community that should be up by now. I'm recording this early, but it's called the Lights. If you Google the first part of it, Light Seekers, it should call it up. And it's also linked to the Artistic Mystic and Muse Facebook page. So check into those, like, follow, so that you keep updated on notifications for all kinds of things. The decks I'm using, I use so many. I'm asked by Spirit to pull so many. It's just a laundry list. So instead of listing them all, if you ask questions, you want to know what certain decks are, just send me a message and I will try to narrow down what it is, or if you send me a picture what you're inquiring about. My other decks, 3 decks that I use that are oracle decks, are decks that I've created. There's a link below if you're interested. They don't require any special training. They don't even come with instructions. They're that easy to use and self-explanatory, but they're listed below if you're interested in seeing, obtaining one of those. My website is up and running, so feel free if you'd like a reading or spiritual coaching, you're interested in some of the gemstone jewelry that I design, or you want something custom made, check out the artisticmysticmuse.space and see there's articles and other resources there as well. So let's get started. Again, this is for May 30th to June 5th of 2021. And we're going to start with the oracle cards because they provide the overlying energy for the reading, which is usually how I'm proceeding. All that glitters. So this is talking about abundance, and it can sometimes mean all that glitters is not gold, but in this case I'm being told this is about abundance, you going after what abundance means to you. And it's not just financial, though that is one kind, but abundance of all kinds, blessings, synchronicities, wonderful things, people, signs that show up in your life, coming from a place that's loving and being surrounded by love, and that's abundance. We have round and round. Some of us feel like we've been on a merry-go-round probably since lockdown, but also this actually talks more to me about cycles, that you are beginning a new cycle and how to look at that cycle, which we'll get some more guidance on that. Blessed. You are being blessed with all kinds of wonderful signs, synchronicities, surprises that the universe has that show up. Can be kindness of words from someone. It could be actually a gift of some kind. Whatever that is for you, be aware that they are in. It could be just that you've got great health. Maybe you haven't been well. That's a blessing. So, yeah, show gratitude. Go the distance. This life that we chose to play out here on planet Earth is a long distance marathon, or like hiking the Appalachian trails to infinity, right? You have what it takes to go the distance and to finish, as this cheetah is finishing. But the message I'm getting is it's very important that the destination is often just as important, if not more important, than the destination. So as you're unfolding into this cycle and these things that show up for you, these beautiful blessings and of abundance, be aware of them, because that's part of the journey, the enjoyment of the journey. Bottom of the deck, we have mending. So there may be some mending, healing you may have to do with yourself, or it could be with another person or a situation. So you're being guided to do that, because when that's healed, even if you can't change the actions or feelings of another person or whatever involved, as long as you can heal yourself with it, that's the most important thing, so that you can move on. It's not something you're dragging along with you or what have you. You also have loyal heart. So this may speak to you, the type of person you are, but it's also asking you to look around for those people, friends, support system that are loyal to you, that can help provide you support when needed. That's really important, finding your tribe. So this light seeker group that I've created, community, that's for people who are looking to grow, to find the light, find solutions, learn new things about spirituality and their own personal growth and healing themselves. So that community I created because I feel there's a need for it, and a safe place where there's not judgment. It's just understanding, support, resources, whatever it is, and things to think about. Find your tribe. It's important. And we also have truth be told. So this could be some things that maybe you haven't been truthful with yourself. It could be a truth you need to speak to someone else, or someone else who's maybe going to come along this first week in June and have something they need to get off their chest, or the truth they need to speak to you. Joyous fun. Be sure you're finding joy and fun in your life, or creating it, or go find it, or whatever that is for you. That's important, and it keeps your vibration up, your sense of well-being. You also have the sacred temple. So this talks about your connection with spirit, taking time, whether it's in prayer, meditation, getting out in nature with yourself, in stillness, to connect. That's really important. And that also helps. Why? Well, we've got a couple things going on here. You're probably being inspired for some kind of creativity to create for yourself. It could be a hobby. It could be something bigger than that, a project. But that's one of the reasons they're asking you to do so, because there's great achievement or success in whatever that is for you. We also have stillness, what I was just saying. You need to be still. You need to get quiet with yourself. You need to connect with yourself. I've got a little music and my water fountains on that I do. I have it on all the time, but also with my readings, because that's what helps keep me in alignment and flow, especially with my readings. What keeps you in alignment, what keeps you in the flow, is connecting to that, and what that is for you. If it's prayer, meditation, some people use a form of yoga. But being still is really important, so you can hear those messages that are coming in, right? Flexibility is important this first week in June, because, well, there's just stuff going on. There's just stuff going on, and you're going to need to go with the flow. Pleasure again. Be sure you're taking time out for yourself to enjoy things. There's a deer here for gentleness, self-care. Gateway. You are getting ready to prepare to go through a new portal, a new cycle, a new segment of your journey. So, what makes you happy? We also have purification. So that has to do with your thoughts, first of all. Your thoughts, your words, your actions. Are they coming from a heart place, heart-centered space? And the intention is of integrity and purity, but it can also be detoxifying, maybe making some small changes in your diet, drinking detoxification water. I make it with lemon, cucumber, and usually mint, with purified water, and that helps cleanse out the toxins and things that I have. So that's important. And truth is here again. It's something's coming out with this truth. And we said the truth be told. Oh, my nose is running, I think. Sorry. Hang on. Sorry about that. I've had some pollen allergies with spring, and it was running and itching. We were talking about truth. So truth, and we had the truth be told card. So there's some kind of truth coming to light, or you're needing to express your truth, that's going to also be important this week. And they also talk about love. Unity consciousness is love for any and all things, oneness. We are all interconnected, and love is a huge theme this week. So whether that's personally, self-love, or in a relationship you might have with someone, family, partner, romantic, professionally, or spiritually, that's a big theme, and we're going to see more of that as we move along here. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. I also went to my Divine Doors deck. This is the door that came out, the blue door. It says secret sketches. Wander and seek the familiar and friendly kind. Draw memories and sketches for others to find. So it talked about creativity, right? With your a creative endeavor. And those sketches can be anything from an actual drawing. They don't have to be a real drawing, but they could just be something a note you leave for someone, or maybe something you're journaling or planning to create. And it says draw memories and sketches for others to find. So there may be something that connects you with someone else, or maybe someone else you want to create those memories with. And the bottom of the deck says three-eyed raven. A sunrise hits upon the dew, a messenger raven calls out with news. Prepare for the unexpected. So, and here's the door. There's like the three eyes for the raven. So something's going on. There may be an event or activity or something you're going to be a part of or join in. It's not only that brings you joy and it's fun, but there may be some truths that come out in that, or information that was unexpected. We have forgiveness. Be sure that you are forgiving yourself, the situation, but also others. They are on their own path and journey. You don't have to like it. You don't have to forget it, but you need to forgive them, because when you hold on to the resentment or rage or replaying the past all the time, it's only weighing you down, pulling you down, because it's meant to be released. And so coming from a place of self-love to forgive yourself and the situation or the other person is really important. It's going to give you freedom. We also have love partnership. This could be with a significant other or someone you've been looking at, but it could also be with family members, friends, co-workers. It could also be your connection with source. And the love relationship you have with yourself, which is really important, that you love yourself. You aren't having negative thoughts or putting yourself down. So this is really important, and it's because it's part of your personal growth, what you need to experience, to grow, to ascend, to elevate. And we've got communication on the bottom of the deck. So there's something going on with speaking truths, or someone speaking their truth, or what have you. So be aware. We also have love again. Love of any and all things. We're also being asked to look up. Maybe we've had our head down, our nose in our work. We've forgotten to look up and, smell the roses or look at what's around us. There could also be someone or something that's been trying to communicate with us, but we've been so in our own little world, we forgot to look up and see what was around us. And maybe that's why the truth is coming out. There's something you've been blind to or blindsided with, and it's coming about. We also have storm. So this can talk about discomfort of a situation, of something you've been dealing with, but it also talks about that the storm is almost over and you're coming through that, and you're coming out of the storm. So the time that you spent in this anguish, anxiety, stress, it wasn't fun, whatever it was, or it was something really challenging, you're coming out of that. Bottom of the deck, divinity. You are being watched over by the angelic realm, God, the creator, the universe, ancestors, divinity, that connection to source. You're being watched over and assisted. So that's why they keep talking about getting still and connecting. Ooh, look at the colors. They're like the same. So that's really important, because that's how you connect with your higher self. You hear your intuition, you hear what's coming in. So it's important to do that. Pleasure again. Make sure you're making time for you, something that gives you pleasure. Maybe it's just you haven't bought yourself flowers in a while. Maybe it's playing some favorite music you haven't listened to in a while. Whatever that is for you, taking a bath with, a bath bomb, or, going out and splurging on that since the weather's getting warmer. Maybe it's some kind of ice cream or, something like that that gives you enjoyment. It's important, especially when you're doing a lot of work on yourself or you're dealing with a lot of heavy situations. That's part of this self-care, and it's part of what helps your energy, your vibration to stay more in a positive frame. And you've got growth coming on. So whatever, I'm told, whatever this storm is for you, this challenge that has been for you, it is helping to grow you in a way that helps you with this next segment of your journey, that's part of why you're here, is to grow and to learn and evolve. So yeah, that's important. Sovereignty. You are protected. You are guided. It's being all overseen. Just saying. You've got darkness, which talks about a lot of times your shadow self, your traumas, your triggers, things that are really not fun, right? And that's one of the other reasons you are to find pleasure, you're to meditate to help heal those things. It's very important. And it's all part of your growth, is learning to confront those things. And under that is fruition. And for this, it's not about ideas coming to fruition, though it could be. You've had the creative endeavor. I get this as more of abundance coming in. That once you are able to heal and clear some of these things, it makes way for other things to come in. So that's really what it's all about. Okay, let me see if there's anything else I've forgotten. Okay. I went to the Milagros-Miracle deck. This is an oracle deck I designed based on Milagros, which are used down in Mexico in the Catholic Church predominantly, but they're little charms that are put on saint statues that are prayers or petitions for things, but they're very symbolic. We have wing, angelic guidance, and spirit guides. You are being guided. You are being watched over, assisted, and helped. We have Mother Mary, divine feminine, the goddess of compassion and love. She is here as well, helping with your heart opening and self-love. Flamingo, between worlds, can also mean path of a shaman or healer. So some of you may be feeling like, you've got the day-to-day 3D stuff, and yet you're working in the 5D with elevating your consciousness. It can be that. It can also be that some of you are healers. And maybe that's part of what this creative expression is. You may be a healer with your words, the things you bake. I like to cook. So there's a healer aspect that goes into the things I cook and make for people, not just myself. It can be anything like that. You also have Dove, finding peace and resolution. So we talked about this storm, that someone's coming to speak their truth or some kind of message or something's coming in with that. So it's quite possible that the resolution that's going to come out of that is good, but it's about you getting uncomfortable. Bottom of the deck, we have hand, a healing hug. Perhaps someone's going to give you one this week, or maybe you need to give someone else one, or a virtual hug, depending on where you are and what's going on. All right. So we're now going to go to the tarot. So I wanted to know what we needed to know for the week, what Spirit's advice is for overcoming that, and then if we follow Spirit's advice, what the outcome is. So the card that came out for what we need to know, or challenge, or obstacle, or what we need to be aware of is the 8 of Cups. So these cups have been great, but we are looking ahead. We are looking outward. It's a ship on the ocean. This is where he's looking out. There's a shooting star. Like, that's our true north. That's where we're going. That's what we're going after for wish fulfillment, what really we want for us. And it's clarified by the sun. Some feel this is the best card in the deck. It is brand spanking new beginnings of wonderment, abundance, all of it. It's like a do-over in a big way. So going after, that's the challenge this week, is going after deciding what it is you want to go after. And the key from the keys to the 13 universal laws, this is another oracle deck of mine, is saying have the courage to go after what you want, what lights you up, what makes you happy, what brings you joy. Spirit's advice is the Knight of Swords. So this talks about moving forward with the sword of knowledge, discernment, and going after that, right? And it's clarified by the Justice card, going after what is right, what is balanced for you. Doesn't matter what it is for anybody else, you. And then taking action, once you've decided what that is, to go after it, which is the Knight of Wands. He charges forward. It takes steps, moves forward towards that. The overlying energy is the universal law of polarity. So this is really important as it connects to the law, the universal law of cause and effect, which we had this in the beginning of the June reading. Once you make a choice, you want to make it from a heart-centered place that is of a positive nature. It's what aligns with you, which is good for you. When you take those steps or create that cause, that choice, that action, it's going to have an effect. So you want to make that discernment, those choices. Look, we've got the star, right? It talks about healing, divine wish, divine timing. That you pick those things, or one thing that you really want that's in alignment with you, because once you take the steps and actions and words and thoughts for that, polarity is what brings in those things that are of the same vibration, intention that you're placing in those thoughts, words, and actions. So polarity is going to draw those things to you. So you want to be very conscientious about and clear as to what it is you want. What is this ninth cup, this amazing, wonderful abundance, brand spanking new beginning? What does that look like? And then release it. If you follow Spirit's advice, you're clear in your intention, you're in the right mindset, and you're sending out those things that help align and draw these things to you that are in alignment of the same vibration, like quality over quantity. The outcome, we had two cards. We had the Four of Pentacles. So this talks about building a new foundation. And we also have a rabbit here for abundance. Yeah, and the fox is with the baby bunnies. So don't worry. This fox is actually, I get, is like a mother, like mothering and nurturing, that you're going to create abundance, a new foundation, something that's more stable. And in this case, the fox is not attacking the bunnies. He's loving the bunnies because their mother is away. He's helping. That's what I'm getting. He's helping. So, what does that look like for you? That's why you need to get still. You need to meditate, pray, whatever that is for you, so you can tune into yourself, tune into the divine. This is the Four of Swords. This is also about gratitude, the great gratitude, and expressing that gratitude and thanks for those things you do have, and then those things that are yet to unfold or have unfolded. This is what the Four of Swords is about. And also getting enough rest. You've made the decision and you've picked your departure. You've chosen what you want to do. You're looking out over the landscape with the Two of Wands. You've made a choice. You've made a choice. And that choice is to create for you stability. Why? Because those coins here, these little rabbits, they're going to multiply. The fox isn't eating them. He's not eating them in this case. So it's going to grow to the 10 of coins. This talks about stability, longevity, legacy, being in that stable, grounded place. And it's clarified by the universal law of free will. You, as a sovereign being, you have sovereignty, have free will to choose what that is for you, to create that with your thoughts, your words, your actions, right? What are you stabilizing? What kind of foundation are you building to get this? You are the one that gets to decide what that is, what that looks like. The last card for the outcome is the Queen of Pentacles. This is abundance. It's also the divine feminine energy of fertility and creativity and kindness and that hearth and home kind of thing, right? And we've got butterflies of, like metamorphosis and transformation. And look, the rabbit shows up again, right? What does this look like? This is you going within, getting in alignment with your higher self. This is your light. your inner light, your inner compass. You may not be able to see that far ahead. You need to trust in your own compass, in your connection with source, with the universe, and a step at a time, or a step or two will be lit for you to follow. He's a very wise man. He's almost like, I always think of him as like Merlin, right? And he's walking, he's not running. So each choice, each decision, each action is measured against his wisdom and experience and his trust in his intuition, his inner knowing. What are you trusting to do? Well, to get to this, you're being divinely guided. This is the Ace of Wands. You are being assisted in taking action for this to come in, because this is what your new leap of faith, your new start, your new beginning, it's what it requires. You're carrying a lighter load. You don't need to carry all the stuff from the past, the juju, the weirdness, the conflict. It's not meant for you. Why? Because you're being assisted with taking actions, taking a step towards what that abundance, what that foundation you are building is going to look like. And the clarifying card for this was the key to prosperity. Prosperity. Stability. Dependability. Legacy, right? That's what's coming. Bottom of the deck, key to gratitude. It's showing gratitude for any and all things. Little things, medium things, big things. Things that you're like, well, it didn't go the way I thought it would. It was not necessarily fun, but you're grateful for the experience. Why? It's growing you. Even if you don't like it, you don't have to like it. But you need to acknowledge the fact in gratitude that that experience is helping you learn more about yourself, heal yourself, help you expand as a person. Okay, the last deck I'm going to use here today are my Bee Oracle cards. So these little guys, bees are very industrious, right? They make the honey, they collect the pollen, they make the honey. The honeycomb is six-sided, it's a hexagon. That is the universal shape for the blueprint for all of the universe, for everything, is a hexagon. So, and they've got a community, right? They work together, whatever that is for you, or family, you can call them a family, I think, too. Huh. All right, so let's see what we have here for the collective. And they're flying out because I don't pick them. I don't pick my cards. Whew. Okay. Bottom of the deck, be inspiring. And then we had a bunch fly out. Be the pilot of your journey. Yes, your journey. What is this? What's it going to look like? You have free will to decide. What is it going to look like? Be fearless. Be fearless. There's no reason to fear. If it doesn't work out, it wasn't meant to. It's a lesson and it's preparing you for something else. Be creative again. Use your imagination is what I'm now getting as far as the creative thing. It can be a project, but be creative and imagine what kind of life does that look like? Be in the flow. Be in the present moment. This is about going with the tide, going with the day, how the world unfolds, how your life unfolds. And for certain things, you need to let it be. Let it go. It's not serving you. It's no longer needed. I think that's all of them. They kind of flew everywhere. Okay, so that's it for your first week of June, from May 30th to June 5th. Hope you enjoyed it. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And remember, time is fluid. So although this reading is done at this time, it may take a little more time or what have you for some of these things to maybe present themselves for you. But I look forward to seeing you in our Facebook group, on my Facebook page, or go visit my website. And, if you want a more intensive reading for guidance, I'll be happy to do that. And just have an awesome day. And thanks for being here. We'll see you next time. Bye.